Today we're going to start part one of our St. Patrick's Day art. And what we're creating is a field with cobblestone walls. And we're going to use these different pieces of light gray and dark gray to build our own walls. One thing I want you to think about is if I were to have a house really far away, that house would probably be fairly tiny. So if I had a little house and it's far away, it's smaller than if I had a big house up close next to me, right? So things further in the distance are smaller and things near you are bigger. So what we want to do is if we're going to create a wall back here, it has to be smaller than the wall in the foreground. So this is background and foreground. So to construct our walls, you can just take some glue and start sticking all these pieces together however they want to fit. Oops. And it can be dark or light, whatever works for you. There's no wrong way. We're just building a wall. And so you could think about if you want a gap on your wall, how strong is your wall, how tight are the stones together, does that make it stronger? We're just going to keep building this nice wall. I think for my front wall, I'm going to make a nice little gap. Maybe I have sheep that need to go through the wall. So you just want to keep building this wall however you go. You could take a glue stick and just put a bunch of glue down, but I'm using my glue sponge. And I'm making this taller. And I think I'm going to leave a little opening right here. I think I'll make a little accent or pillar so that people know. Maybe a gate has to go on this pillar, which is just like a taller end cap to a gate. Maybe when you're out and about driving around, take note of if they have a wall, stone wall around their house, how they end it before their driveway. Sometimes it's a little bit taller, and to show that that's where the entrance is. So I'm going to make another pillar and keep going. And again, it's just kind of fun. Your hands might get messy, but that's the fun of art. So now you can see where my opening is to my wall. So if there were sheep in here, they could go through there and get to the back. Again, just keep going till it finishes. Now for the background here, I want to make a wall too, but because it's farther away, it's not going to be as big and tall as this wall in the front, right? Because we said things further away are smaller. So I'm going to just use skinny ones and just make a little line to show that this wall is probably further away because it's not as big as the wall up front. And it can go however far you want. It doesn't have to go that far. You put it over here. Again, I have lots to finish on this front wall. But again, you can put a little bit of a wall in the background if you want to. And voila, we're almost done. Pieces can overlap, that's totally fine. And we'll just finish up this wall. And there we go. Ooh. Put a bunch of glue down. If there's any gaps in my wall, I can put it overlapping the little pieces that I need to. So again, you can build a small wall in the background and a bigger wall up here as you wish. And that's part one of our project for our lamb St. Patty's Day party. So the next part of our project is to add a lamb and a pot of gold. So the first thing I can do is take this white cutout and I'm going to put it in my glue, and I'm going to put my lamb wherever I want. So I think I'm going to put my lamb right here. It can be in front of the wall, that's fine, overlapping. And then I have this smaller little piece, and you gotta, just because of how these get cut out, you just have to kind of fit this back into its spot there. So there's the body of the lamb. The next part is the lamb's head. And what I've done is cut out the head for you. So you're going to take his head, which is like so, and I'm gonna give you a white oil pastel, or a white China marker, and you're just gonna make 2 circles. And that's for the lamb's eyes. So there's your lamb and his eyes. You can do this however you want, but you just wanna leave a circle. Then I'm gonna put his head on, and I'll cover some of that flower in the center. And then here's our pot of gold. So we can glue this on. This is pre-made. And I think I'll put a pot of gold like on this side. Like so. So now any pot of gold typically has some gold. So what I'm gonna give you is 5 of these little pieces of gold, and you can glue these into the pot of gold however you like. Maybe one fell out, maybe there's a bunch on top, like so, and there you are. There's a pot of gold and there's our lamb. Next week we'll do a fun rainbow coming into your pot of gold, and that will be all for this fun little St. Patrick's Day project.